Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kian Willa Cruz, and today I'll be presenting my harm reduction case study on Leo. In today's presentation, I'll be talking about Leo's background, risk and needs, potential harm reduction interventions that may work for him, the reasoning why I chose those strategies, and some ethical issues related to the case. Leo is a 47-year-old male who is homeless and chronically uses alcohol. Leo consumes alcohol daily to avoid withdrawals and to alleviate his trauma, as well as to deal with the low temperatures given his situation. Leo consumes alcohol in dangerous locations and even shares his bottle with other people, hence exposure to illness and infections. Leo's lacks stable accommodation, has unstable income source, and there is no detoxification services available for him. Despite Leo's desire for stability and hope becoming house, he does not find detoxification achievable at the moment without stable environment first, meaning housed before detox. In relation to the stages of change model, Leo does seem to be pre-contemplative, but with some contemplation characteristics. First of all, Leo's at risk of developing alcohol poisoning, experiencing withdrawal symptoms, suffering from liver disease and any complications associated to that, becoming a victim of violence, contracting various illnesses due to poor health conditions and obviously his habit of sharing bottles, hypothermia due to the cold weather, and mental health issues related to the trauma. So, what exactly does Leo need? He needs a lot. Among them, there are housing and shelter, healthcare, access to food, clothing and harm reduction, mental health treatment, financial support, and means of communication like a phone to contact service providers and support. So here are my harm reduction strategies for his alcohol use. By first of all, the first proposed strategy is education. By informing Leo about the negative consequences of alcohol consumption and the potential dangers of sharing bottles, we can prevent him from contracting diseases. A second strategy could be suggesting Leo consume beverages that has less alcohol content. This way, Leo might avoid or minimize the adverse health outcomes associated with excessive alcohol consumption. Thirdly, thirdly, the suggestion to join the alcohol program MAP, which is relevant for Leo being him a chronic drinker. Finally, another strategy is to involve encouragement of drinking in a safe space with trustworthy people. Hence, the trustworthy people could be someone who will drive him at the end who isn't drunk, or making sure he's drinking moderately and getting him out of a bad situation in case of his actions from, being intoxicated. Now, here's some harm reduction strategies. Harm reduction strategies to prevent, well, not to prevent, to help Leo's homelessness. Leo's situation can be helped in many ways. First, getting him access to emergency shelter homes, warm shelters, outreach initiatives, and mental health professionals that may help him become more stable in terms of his safety and general well-being. Second, having him access to essential forms of documentations like a health card or um, photo ID, birth certificate, all those necessities for him to have access to medical care, income assistance, and housing programs. Thirdly, accessing Leo to food programs can provide him with nutrition, clothes, and hygiene products. Lastly, connecting Leo to community programs such as support groups that will help reduce the chances of loneliness and isolation. The reasoning to my strategy, harm reduction strategy focuses on reduction and harmful effects rather than abstinence. Rather than just cutting off all the alcohol altogether, these harm reduction strategies can help him ease into these habits. In case of Leo's, since he believes that he's not ready to detox program until he finds proper housing, it would only make sense that first these methods will first help Leo address his primary needs. Ethics and professional practice issues. While working with Leo, it is imperative to uphold his autonomy and promote self-determination in his healthcare decisions, meaning that you should help him develop his own choice into making these calls. Additionally, professionals should employ a non-judgmental approach and appreciate the effects of trauma and homelessness on his condition. Because due to his older age, he might take it a lot more differently than other people. Confidentiality, trust building, and advocacy of housing, health services, and social services are key. Finally, it is vital to minimize stigma and respect Leo. After what he has been through, him being constantly reminded is not going to do any good. In conclusion, Leo struggles with many issues, clearly, including homelessness and alcohol abuse. A harm reduction strategy is focused on minimizing risk and meeting his basic needs without insisting that he stops drinking instantly. By providing Leo with housing, healthcare, nutrition, community support, and safe drinking options, harm can be reduced and improved. This approach respects Leo's choices and helps him achieve stability before undergoing detoxification. With these methods, Leo can be safer and live better. Thank you for your attention.